What's up YouTube, Jeff back again. Today I have a very exciting tech video for you guys, and today we're going to be answering a question that I've been getting in the comments a lot lately, especially now that summer is kicking off. If you're going to spend $1,500 on a premium pool robot, should you go with a single all-in-one bot that does the surface, the waterline, the walls, the floor, or a two-bot approach that has you a skimmer that will clean the leaves from the top of the surface, and then another bot that will handle your walls, the floor, the waterline? I've been testing both approaches for the last couple weeks, and the results genuinely surprised me. Let's get into it. Quick disclosure up front, this video is sponsored by Aper, but they specifically asked me to give you guys my honest take on all of the bots that we're going to be testing today, and that's exactly what you're going to get. So let's talk about the matchup. In one corner, we have the Aiper Experts Duo. That's actually two robots working together. The Scuba V3 handling your floor, walls, waterline, while the EcoSurfer S2 patrols the surface using solar power. In the other corner, we have the Beatbot Sora 70. One machine with an all-in-one design designed to do everything itself: the surface, the floor, the walls, the entire pool. Both of these setups have the same price range with two different philosophies, so let's see which one wins in the end. First up, let's do a deep dive on the Aiper Experts Duo, and I did a full review on this pair. If you guys want to check it out, I'll have it linked as well. But let me show you what they look like inside my pool. The EcoSurfer S2 skims leaves, pollen, bugs, anything floating before it has a chance to sink. And down below, the Scuba V3 is climbing walls, scrubbing the floor, and hitting the waterline. Two robots, one pool, working at the same time. And here's why that really matters. If leaves sit on the surface for a few hours, they get waterlogged, they sink to the bottom, and now you've got debris breaking down your floor and throwing off the pool's chemistry. The EcoSurfer catches all of that before it even happens. Aper calls this the first liner defense. And the EcoSurfer S2 also has solar power, which is impressive and also very, very useful here in Phoenix, Arizona, where it's sunny basically all the time. The Solar Seeker tech moves it towards sunlight when the battery runs low, basically 24/7 surface cleaning with zero plugins. Now, down below, the Scuba V3 is where the AI technology here with Aper gets incredibly interesting. It uses something called AI patrol cleaning. It actually sees debris in the water in real time and adjusts its route to attack. Aper claims up to 10 times faster than traditional pattern cleaning, and from what I've watched, that's not marketing fluff. This is real. It really targets where the mess is in your pool. Other things worth flagging here: the micro mesh filter catches particles down to 3 microns, which is finer than most pool filters. There's also a built-in chlorine tab dispenser on the EcoSurfer S2, so you can dose your pool with chlorine while it's cleaning. Has a 7.5 liter basket, so you're gonna have plenty of room to catch all of those leaves with no problem at all. And here's a small detail I really appreciate. When the Scuba V3 finishes a cycle, it climbs to the waterline and parks itself there. And the Aper app pings me a little notification that it's ready for pickup, so I don't have to guess. No leaning over the pool, no looking out my window to guess where it is. It's a nice touch that adds quite a lot of convenience. So that's really the Aiper Experts Duo. Essentially, you get an entire week of hands-off maintenance for your pool. Just drop both of them in there and forget about it. And again, since the EcoSurfer S2 works off solar power, you basically never have to charge it at all. Okay, switching gears now, let's do a deep dive on the Beatbot Sora 70. The Beatbot Sora 70, and we'll give credit where it's due here, is an impressive piece of engineering. You've got a single robot cleaning everything in your pool. Beatbot's headlining features something called JetPulse, twin jets on the front that actually pull debris inward instead of pushing it away. So what that means is when the Sora 70 is moving across the surface, it's actually creating its own current and using that to suck up all of the debris. It's honestly a very clever piece of engineering and a nice way to go about this process. It hits 6,800 gallons per hour suction, which is genuinely strong. It uses sonic sense, which is basically sonar-style navigation to avoid obstacles and prevent itself from getting stuck. A couple of other nice touches: when the Sora 70 finished, it parks itself at the water's edge for easy retrieval. To be fair, the Scuba V3 does the same thing with the app notification I talked about earlier. So in some sense, that's kind of a tie. They both are going to allow you to go out and retrieve it easily without having to use one of those hooks to dig below the waterline, which can be quite annoying. So it's great they both have that feature. Where the Sora 70 does have a unique trick is Smart Drain. It auto-releases water from the inside the robot before you lift it out, and lifting a wet pool robot is no joke. But here's the thing, even with Smart Drain, the Sora 70 is still quite a bit heavier than the Scuba V3. The Sora 70 is around 23 pounds, where the Aiper Scuba V3 is around 18 pounds. So you still got about a 5-pound difference, even with that smart drain technology, and Aper is still slightly ahead here. So overall, the Sora 70 is quite a good bot, but is it on the same level as the Experts Duo? Well, not really, and the division of labor is really the reason, and the next test, we're gonna show exactly why this is a better approach. All right, so this is the part of the video where I stop reading the spec sheet and we start putting these bots to the test. My same pool, the same mess, and the same 1 hour time limit, and we're gonna have both setups clean the floor as well as the surface to see which one can get the most debris. I dumped a full bucket of leaves and 10 small pebbles into the pool. The leaves are floating, pebbles on the floor to test cleaning at both levels. Round 1, the Aiper Experts Duo, both robots in the water cleaning, the EcoSurfer working the surface, and the Scuba V3 diving below for the sunken stuff. Round 2, the same mess, same clock with the Beatbot Sora 70 solo cleaning the pool. Let's talk about the results on the surface first. The Aiper Duo cleared the mess in roughly half the time because the EcoSurfer is purposely built for that. That's all that it's doing is cleaning up those leaves. The Sora 70 has to context switch between the surface and dive mode, so leaves were sitting up top longer and some of them sank before it got to them. You can actually see in the basket, here the EcoSurfer S2 has a completely full basket, collecting almost all the leaves that we saw in the original footage where I dumped them in, and the Sora 70 has quite a few less because of that division of labor. Next, let's talk about the floor cleaning. This is where I really wanted to see what the AI was doing. Watch the Scuba V3 in this clip here. That's the AI patrol cleaning in action. Instead of running a fixed pattern, it's spotting debris with its camera and routing towards it. You can literally see the path change when it identifies a cluster of debris and some of those pebbles on the bottom of the pool. That's not random, it's targeted cleaning. The Sora 70 on the floor is no slouch. That 1600 gallons per hour suction pulls everything it passes over, but it's running a traditional coverage pattern. So when the debris was clumped in one corner of the pool, the Scuba V3 hit that pile within minutes. The Sora 70 got there eventually, it just took the long way around. So if you take a look at the basket here on the Scuba V3 versus the Beatbot Sora 70 in terms of the pebbles, the Beatbot Sora 70 collected around 4 or 5 pebbles. The Aiper Scuba V3 collected all 10 pebbles that I tossed into the bottom of the pool, so it did an amazing job, 100% A+ score. So if we break down this test and actually say who's the overall winner, it's very close on the floor. Obviously, if the Sora 70 had a little more time, it probably would have got all those pebbles because it does suck everything up, but I'm still gonna give the edge there to the Aiper Scuba V3. And on the surface, it's obviously the EcoSurfer S2 that's the winner because the Beatbot Sora 70 is spending time on the floor. It's not getting all of those leaves, and sometimes you get leaves moving from the bottom to the top because it doesn't get them before they sink, and that creates a bigger mess for it to clean up when it's on the floor. This division of labor is really smart, and that's what puts the Aiper Experts Duo in a league of its own. Okay, so let's break this down, give a final verdict, put the specs together with the cleaning test, and see who these bots are for and what I would recommend. In terms of the Beatbot Sora 70, it obviously is one machine with one charger and one thing to store, and that's a pretty big pro for a lot of people. The smart drain technology is great, JetPulse is clever, and if you've got a smaller pool or you just want simplicity and don't want to manage 2 devices, the Sora 70 is a legitimately good buy. On the other hand, the Aiper Experts Duo has several pros: faster cleaning on both surface and floor, dedicated surface skimming that never stops, AI patrol that actually targets debris instead of just running a pattern, the built-in chlorine dispenser on the EcoSurfer S2 for water chemistry, and the longest hand-free interval I've ever tested. The only real con with the Aiper Experts Duo is that it's 2 devices, which means 2 storage spots, but you don't really have to charge one of these devices because the EcoSurfer S2 is solar and it does that solar seeking, so you're not gonna have to worry about charging that one. You really only have one thing to charge still, which is the Scuba V3. So this isn't really much of a con in my book anyway. Personally, I choose the Aiper Experts Duo for faster cleaning and more time to enjoy summer fun and every summer wave. And right now, Aiper has prepared some great deals to help you enjoy every summer wave. Check out the links below to learn more. If this helps you guys decide which pool robot to get, do smash the like button, consider subscribing. Huge shout out to Aiper for sending out the Experts Duo and allowing me to do this comparison. I really enjoyed it. Again, the Beatbot Sora 70 is a great bot. I just personally prefer the Aiper bot, in my pool, in my household, a lot faster from my experience. If you guys have any questions about any of these bots, I've been testing them. Happy to get back to you in the comments. Appreciate you guys sharing out the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.